I recently acquired a spectrum analyzer, and I've got this to help resolve a problem with wireless signals at the 2.4 GHz frequency. You can see that from the specs here that it works at the 240 to 960 MHz, and this is the frequency that I'm particularly interested in, and it's the 2.35 and 255 GHz. It's a decent equipment. It's made by Seed Studios, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of the software now. So this is the website for the makers, and you can see below, and they've got a whole range of different frequency spectrum analyzers. So the one that I've got is this one here that's highlighted. The Wi-Fi combo would have been useful because it also does the 5 GHz frequency. And you can see as they do more frequencies and more ranges, it gets more expensive. So for the Wi-Fi frequency, we can see that it starts at 2.412 for channel 1, and all the channels 13 go to 2.472. So this is the software. If you look up at the top left, you can see it gives you a COM port. So I've just plugged the device in to the USB port on the computer. I've opened the software up, and you can connect to it just by clicking connect, and you'll see it's starting to collect the frequency and how busy they are. So what this is showing, if you look at the left hand side, and this is a live sort of view, on the left hand side you've got the on the x-axis you've got the frequency, on the y-axis going up you've got the strength. You can see that we've got this spike here that seems to be constant, and this spike here that's constant, so that means that traffic or noise is occurring on that frequency. If we look over to the right, you can see that as well. So we've got these two green sort of stripes that are going down. So that's telling you there's a lot of traffic on there, and it's constant traffic. I've done this in a couple of different locations, and this green one here has been there constant. So whether that's something from my laptop, I'm not sure. And you can see some intermittent traffic over here on the left that seems to be hopping channels or hopping frequencies a little bit. So what else we've got on here is the frequency. So you can say when you want to start the frequency and when you want to end the frequency. So we could change that to say 40 and send, and it's just going to reset, and it's just going to get those frequencies. So it's a very small range, so you can just really target in on something. This is a view that I quite like, so it gives you it in a 3D view. In fact, I'm just going to change that one back and send it again, just so you can see the whole frequency. What you can also do is you can change the perspective here, so we can change it to perspective 1. And I quite like this view. You can actually see when the peaks are and over time. Imagine with some VR glasses or something, this would be amazing. It's also got a point where you've just got a frequency signal generator. So this is useful if you want to generate a signal. So I know a lot of people on the web, they record the key signals from the car fob, and they replay it. It's just a way to open the car doors. It can be useful for different frequencies like doorbells and various other different things. I've not actually looked at the data signals sniffing, just because it's in beta. I just don't want to waste my time. But usually with this software you can get it to decimal, or you can get it to binary, or and actually decode it from whatever protocol it's using as well. So it's quite a useful piece of equipment. The better software I'm thinking is there's a device, so the device that goes with this other software is called HackRF1. So it's open source again, and this costs about £300, although there's copies out there that you can get for much cheaper. And this does a massive frequency range, 1 megahertz to 6 gigahertz, so huge, much bigger frequency. And this works with a bunch of other softwares. So it works with AirSpy, which is one of the softwares that's popular out there, and it also works with Universal Data Hacker. So this is where people can extract information from the radio waves. So this is another useful piece of software. So I'm not sure which is the best one to go for, whether I'd actually buy this RF Explorer for £209, or whether I'd spend the extra, say, £100 and just get a bigger frequency, and then it'll be good for other jobs that I needed to do.